afternoon and welcome to a review of episode 2 of the Akiba Maid War. Now, after last week, I was fucking surprised because I did not see this coming. I didn't believe it. I didn't see this coming. The first episode of Akiba Maid War, I said that this show was like Blend S mixed with Kobayashi Dragon Maid. You know, when it comes to maids, it's all peaceful, slice of life, and comedy. I get that. But Akiba Maid War was kind of like, what would have happened if they take a slice of life home comedy of maids, you packed it with the girls from Black Lagoon and the girls from Jormungand. Matter of fact, not even girls, the women from Black Lagoon and Jormungand. What would have happened if what happened if they merged these two together with Blend S and Kobayashi Dragon Maid and pack it into this, like a turf war? And it's like, Akiba Maid War is so good, the first thing that came to my mind is Black Lagoon, because again, this show is kind of like Black Lagoon when you have these badass women go, like, killing people for a living. And it's like, looking at these maids killing people, it's like, Roberta, watch Black Lagoon, watch Black Lagoon, go watch Roberta, aka Bloodhound, and you see just how a badass she is. That's how she is. Okay. Episode 1 shocked me because I was fucked up. My brain was fucked up just seeing them killing each other. Now we're in episode 2. And episode 2 is just like what you expect. Where there's blood, where there's violence, comes gambling. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be drugs involved because in this turf war, all hell breaks loose. It's kind of like the Warriors. You know, the Warriors, not Golden State Warriors. It's like the Warriors, the movie. Can you dig it? And then, that turf war is, so looking back on that, I'm like, this is what it is. So without further ado, let's get right to it, the review of Akiba Maid War. The second episode. Okay, so now the opening started off with some gambling. The first thing that came to my mind when I saw this part was this. Kataguri. Kataguri, a.k.a. compulsive gambler. You know, Jinbei with the long, sexy girl with the long black hair. She looks fine as hell. That reminds me of this. Compulsive gambling. That's what it is. Now, after experiencing a gunshot and killing people one after another, our beloved MC, and I'm still trying to get used to their names. I haven't got to their names yet. I'm just going by what I've watched. Bear with me on this one. So our beloved MC experienced a life of maid cafes. Seeing how her French is stitching all that. The one she got shot from. And seeing the traumatized thing. That's what happens. Sorry. That's what happens when you traumatize it first. You see blood and you started going crazy. Sorry about the camera. You started going crazy and you're feeling it. You're feeling it. So, seeing that blood kind of like freaked her out. Then she went out for a walk and passing out flyers. But then you got these other maids saying, back off, this is our turf. You don't belong here. This is our freaking turf. This is our turf. Go over there and hide over there. Do pass out flyers, but don't pass over here. See what Akiba Maid War is doing? It's showing us like, each area in the Akiba has its own turf. The north, south, east, west, north, east, south, west, doesn't matter. Each area is being controlled by a maid cafe. And they have the audacity to own that. And if you enter that turf war, you get fucked up. So it's best to keep it on the down low. Now, next thing is, as she trying to pass out flyers, she ran across a friend. She met a friend next to her also passing out flyers. Guys, why would you do this? She gonna end up dead. Not the MC, her partner. You wanna know why? DTA. Don't trust anybody. Or don't trust anyone. So she passing out flyers by her cafe, and then this other one from another turf war saying, "Oh, this is my first time too. We're about to pass out flyers. We're gonna be great together." Here's the thing. In a turf war, don't make friends or give information what area you're in. Because if you do, they will know where you are and they will kill you. So I'm like, oh, she's gonna this is what I'm gonna say. That girl that she's passing out flowers, she's gonna end up dead. She's gonna end up dead, betraying her trust, or probably those two gonna be fighting each other. But at the end of the day, you don't trust any turf war. You don't trust any maid cafe. You don't go to another maid cafe and charge challenges. You don't do that. So seeing her passing out flowers next to someone, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're gonna end up dead. Now this pig cafe is in a massive debt. So debt, they're in a massive debt to a point where the manager was using it as a tea stand to play golf, while the other boss mafia is using to swing the golf club at her. And I'm like, oh my god. I ain't gonna lie, I thought they were gonna break her freaking neck. But she was so nervous with the tea stand and like, and put the golf ball and try to hit it. I'm like, oh my god. To a point where they have to sell the cafe. But to get the money back, they had to go through gambling. Now, gambling's addictive. No question about it. It's addictive as fuck. Gambling is addictive. How often you see fantasy football? Everyone gambles. It's an addiction. Just like drugs and alcohol, gambling is addictive. So in order to get their money back, they have to go through play gambling, which is by category compulsive gambler, which you gotta watch. They have to gamble everything just to get their money back. And if you don't, they're gonna ship you out in the sea and you'll freeze to death. So everyone's playing poker. Now, poker is a different game. I mean, I love blackjack. Blackjack's my favorite. But now they're playing poker. And poker was really interesting. I mean, they all suck. But the girl with the pigtails, the thing about her is that I didn't know what her specialty is. I thought, looking at this group, I'm thinking every girl has a specialty. Like the girl from last week, she specialized in guns and combat. I want to know what was her specialty is. And the way she was gambling, it was like, she actually might pull it off. I mean, she wagered all the chips. She even gave her chips to her as a symbol of life. Like, my life is on the line. Do it for us. And she gambling like she knows she had it. And then she realized, oh, you're cheating on us. But and I'm like, the moment she lost, I'm like, oh my god. Oh my god. Dude, I wanted to walk away. I was tight. So I'm like, wait a minute. So you knew they cheated. You knew they've been cheating since day one. You knew they were cheating since the beginning of the game. And every boss had their symbols. Like, when it comes to poker, they use these kind of symbols. Like, they scratch or they put their glasses up every time because they know they got a good or bad hand. All of that time, and you knew that was coming, but you lost? Oh, my God. I'm like, where's Jimby when you need it? And then, out of all of that, what happened? They ended up, they survive. Because we see gunshots right into the head of the mafia boss. And the fact that, I'm starting, okay, I know it's early to say this. That girl that maid with the short hair, black hair, best girl. She's best girl, right? She's best girl. She might be best girl of this fall, because how the hell she tossed? One of the maid cafes threw a grenade. She grabbed it like it was nothing and threw it back. It's like Call of Duty when you throw a grenade, but they throw it right back at you. That's how broad she is. And I'm like, oh my god, busted as fuck. I kid you not. And they escape with their lives. And that panda was useful. I thought it was just a regular panda. Just a regular panda sidekick. I thought it was just a panda. But then I saw it, but then he put up the light and everything. I'm like, this panda is legit. It's more legit than the panda from Jujutsu Kaisen. This panda is legit. And not only they blew up the entire cafe of this gambling thing. They blew up the entire thing. Yo, I'm loving this. I'm telling you, Akiba Maid War is one of those shows that you have to watch. For those who's into the blood, gang wars, Black Lagoon vibes, I'm telling you, go watch this. It may not be as hyped as other shows, like, that's out. But this right here, this takes the cake. And then the next morning, they're like, oh, it's like they wake up like nothing ever happened. Like nothing ever happened. They just say, "Here, pass the food." While the other main girl, she's all scared and everything. Dude, I'm telling you right now, I don't know. I know it's gonna be 12 episodes, but somewhere is telling me this: she's going to get her first kill. She's going to develop, and the plot of all this is gonna change the landscape of this Akiba Maid War. It's gonna change the landscape of maid cafes around. It makes me like want to go to Akihabara and just look at these maid cafes and see how they are before and after. I actually am curious. I want to know if they actually watching this and say, was this like back then? I'm curious. That's what I want to know. But anyway, this episode was really good. I mean, like, again, blood, gambling. What's next? We're going to have some drugs involved. We're probably going to have drugs. I mean, we got violence. We got gambling. What else? You got to add drugs. And shipments of guns and all whatnot. But that's here and there. So, I look forward for next week's episode of Akiba Maid War, episode 3, and I'm pretty sure everyone will do the same. So stay tuned.